Okay, so what's up guys, it's Matters, and we're going to be going through a bunch of interesting information regarding Black Ops 4 Zombies, Gobblegums, and Liquid Divinium. Now, this is from the Glitching Queen, obviously a fairly credible source. I do trust her, I think a lot of people should trust her. She's gotten so much stuff correct, and the sources that she is in contact with has given her information on Zetsumi no Shima, Garou Krovi, Revelations, and just so many different games, and usually this information is almost 100% correct. Now again, this is leaked information. You guys understand what leaked information is. You guys understand what rumors are. None of this stuff is confirmed, and even if it is sort of confirmed within Treyarch, they could always change it up. They could think, oh, this is being leaked, let's change this up, let's not do this, let's do something else, and they could change it up not because it's leaked, just because they want to change it. You know, the game hasn't released yet, and there's still enough time to change these different types of things, especially little things like this. Although I feel like for us, Gobblegums, Liquid Divinium, a fairly big deal. But that being said, let's get into this video here. Let's talk about what could be changing here. I want to start off here with the first thing in the title, Gobblegums carrying over. So I'll leave, you know, the Glitching Queen's tweet up on screen. She basically said, hearing rumors that Gobblegums will carry over from BO3 to BO4. I know we are all wondering how that would work and how that actually makes sense. This is just a rumor, however, and again, just a rumor, just something she's been hearing. But when you get it from your source, when you get it from someone credible, you know, you have to look at it and say, well, this is a certain possibility, and I do think it is a possibility. Like, it's not out of the blue, and it's not some like this outlandish idea. Like, it's something Treyarch would do. They want to continue the Gobblegum system. I mean, I personally thought that they would change it up. So, you know, they still need the microtransactions. There's, you know, Activision, or maybe Activision wants it, but Activision wants them to have some sort of microtransaction where people are spending money in the game and for the zombies game mode. So if they're not going to do Gobblegums, it'll be some sort of version of Gobblegums, but it'll pretty much be the same premise, I'd imagine, where you buy the points and then you get the Gobblegum or whatever the new thing is, and then you get abilities from these new candies or new things, whatever they are, and then that's that. It's pretty much the same premise. I think Gobblegums carrying over, it sort of does make sense, but and if you want to talk about how they're going to carry over from Black Ops 3, I think you simply just put your profile in, and it saves from that profile. You just sign into your same PS4 profile, and it'll just recognize it. I don't think it's that hard of a thing for them to do, considering it's the same company. And if you're on the same console, maybe from a console to a different console, it's going to be difficult. They're probably not going to allow that. But if you're going from the PS4 Black Ops 3 to the PS4 Black Ops 4, you're on your same profile. It's Treyarch. I think they could easily transfer that over. So you basically transfer your whole inventory over. You maybe transfer your COD points over. I don't know if they're going to do that as well. I don't know if you're going to not cross play, but pretty much when you use a Gobblegum in Black Ops 3, you're also using a Gobblegum in Black Ops 4. I don't know if it's going to be like that, which seems pretty weird, but that could be interesting there. Or maybe they just bring the Gobblegums over from Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 4, and it's sort of like this one and done thing. So it's like, okay, you know what? You know, you have all these, you know, leftover Gobblegums in Black Ops 3. You can bring them all to Black Ops 4, but that's it. You know, you can't like go back and forth. You can't bring some over. You can't, you know, grind on Black Ops 3 to get Gobblegums on Black Ops 4, especially if you're playing on different maps. And I don't know how that would necessarily work, because maybe they just wanted a certain play style on Black Ops 4 where it's, you know, harder to get Gobblegums and it's easier to get Gobblegums on Black Ops 3, and then you're basically farming Gobblegums. Like, there's so many different sides to this. So if that's the case, I think it's a cool idea, but is it really necessary? I don't think it's necessary. I personally don't think that having all these Gobblegums on day one really is going to be that cool, because then it's just like the same thing where if you had a ton of Gobblegums, you're set, and if you didn't have a ton of Gobblegums, then you're screwed. And, you know, the people that have the money to spend and get all these perkaholics, they're going to have an advantage. And I know that's just the way it is, that's the way life is, you know, capitalism, it's whatever, it's just the way it goes. But, you know, what World War II did fairly well is that they didn't have like this crazy thing that sets one player apart from another player. Like, you pretty much were all on the same playing field. Like, there was no side perk, there was no side abilities that you would have to get that would really put you at such a high advantage like Black Ops 3 did with these different Gobblegums. Like, you could get some crazy rare, very rare Gobblegums where you'd be set, and usually you would have to spend a lot of money to actually get those, or you'd have a really low chance of actually getting them from the actual liquid divinium drops and whatever the hell they're called. But that's that. So I don't know, it's not really that big of a deal to me. If they bring it back, it's not going to be insane. Like, I'm not really happy or excited for it, and if they don't bring it back, that's whatever. You know, it's just an interesting concept of them bringing the Gobblegums from Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 4. Now, what's interesting here is Liquid Divinium potentially not returning. So her second tweet, also, the rumors are saying that there will be no Gobblegums, there will be Gobblegums, but Liquid Divinium will be replaced with something else, and it won't be returning. So, no Liquid Divinium. Now, is that big of a deal? I don't necessarily think so. If they're just saying that, okay, we're not doing Liquid Divinium anymore, but we're doing something different, but it's the same concept as Liquid Divinium, then it's not that big of a deal. Because if it's the same concept as Liquid Divinium, but like a different element or a different item, then it's like, okay, what's the point of even changing it? But if you're actually acquiring it in a different way, then that's a big deal. Because usually Liquid Divinium, you either buy it, and then you just go to Dr. Monty's factory, and then you know, use it, and then you get the Gobblegums. Or you can get 2 Liquid Divinium, like, per, you know, well, you get Liquid Divinium just playing the game, opening up doors, and doing, like, different stuff within the game. And, you know, those are pretty much the only ways to actually get Liquid Divinium. So, if they're gonna replace Liquid Divinium and have sort of another way to get Gobblegums, you know, what is that other way going to be? How else are you going to get Gobblegums? Like, when you think about it, like, what else could you be doing? Maybe there will be specific challenges to actually get specific Gobblegums. Maybe, you know, it's not necessarily like you get this item and then you use this item to get Gobblegums. Maybe you actually do stuff within the game and then you get a Gobblegum. So let's say you open up a certain amount of doors in a map, then you are rewarded with this Gobblegum. Or maybe it's a thing, I guess almost like a supply drop system, where if you get to a certain point in the game, if you complete a certain Easter egg, if you get to a certain round, or you do something interesting, whatever challenges they're going to be in Black Ops 4 Zombies, then you unlock a, you know, rare crate. You know, you have like the different levels. So you have like a normal crate, a rare, sort of like, you know, like Fortnite, like a legendary crate, you know, all these different levels here, and you get that crate, and then within the crate you have a chance of getting like 5 or 6 Gobblegums of, you know, different rarities, and the chances increase if you get a better crate. And it's pretty much like that sort of system. And I'd assume as well you'd probably be able to buy those crates. I'm just making stuff up right now, but I'm trying to think, if they're not going to do Liquid Divinium and they're not going to just change Liquid Divinium with a different element, then how else are you going to get the Gobblegum? So it would either be from crates, it would either be from directly completing challenges within the game, or that's really it. I mean, they could have some other sort of creative way to get the Gobblegums, or, you know, maybe you're just straight up buying Gobblegums. Maybe they're just taking out the middleman. You know, you go from cash and to COD points, to Liquid Divinium, to Gobblegums. Maybe you're just going from your credit card on your PS4 or your PayPal or your PSN card that you type in. You go from that, and then you go straight to Gobblegums, which would be pretty weird, because then you'd literally know the value. You'd be like, okay, $5 for this Gobblegum, or, you know, $5 for this crate for, you know, 5 Gobblegums, or, you know, 10 Gobblegums, or whatever the cost is, whatever the, you know, relation is, and that's that, you know. So I don't know if they would do that, because I think the whole point of transferring it to these different currencies is to not really, like, realize that you're spending $5 for only like 10 Gobblegums, you know. Because once you look at that, you're like, damn, that's not worth it. But if you look at it as in COD points and then transfers to Liquid Divinium, you sort of lose the sense of value. You lose the monetary value that it actually has. So then you buy more, and then you just don't really understand how much you're spending. But that's whatever. I don't know if that's a crazy marketing secret, but, you know, if they're getting rid of Liquid Divinium, you have to think, like, what else are they going to do, and how else they're going to make this interesting. Maybe, like I said again, there's something secret that they have that they're just waiting to reveal, and they're waiting to implement into the game. Maybe they're still trying to figure it out. But I think as of now, it's not that far-fetched to say that Gobblegums would return, because it was a pretty solid system. Like, the Gobblegum system within Black Ops 3, you know, it worked fairly well. And I do think we're going to see new Gobblegums if they return. And if this leak is correct, we're going to see new Gobblegums every DLC. and it's going to be the same sort of style, and we'll have new cool different abilities, and yeah, it does make sense. It was a solid system. Liquid Divinium not returning. I don't know. I don't know what else they can do with that. There's obviously a bunch of different things that they probably are thinking about that we don't know yet, and we'll see how they implement that and if it works and if it's just done right and done well, and who knows what was gonna happen. But like I said again, this stuff happening here, not too far-fetched, definitely possible. Do I really want Gobblegums to return? Like I said, don't really care. I don't really think they need to. Now transferring your Gobblegums over, that's another thing as well, which I feel like people might not like. And, we'll have to see what the deal is with that as well. So, that's pretty much it. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.